This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio. Say ho, ho, say ho, 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 ho. Let's start the show, let's start the show. Come on, let's go, come on, let's go. Say ho, ho, say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show, let's start the show, let's start the show, let's start the show.
So, if you're like me, over the last couple of weeks, you've noticed that absolutely everything was going wrong. Murphy's Law was in full effect. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong. And again, if you're like me, you've been walking around feeling a little frustrated over the last couple of weeks, being like, seriously, this isn't going to work? Oh, this is broken too. Oh, it's not like I need to get into this computer in a timely manner to go on the radio or accomplish whatever other work task I've got. No, I'll just sit here looking at a spinning wheel as I attempt to log on for the 15th time. Have you had a week or two like that where just nothing works, nothing falls into place, whether it be mechanical things or computer-related things, or just like you seem like you feel out of sync with absolutely everything that's been going on, and it just, nothing clicks, nothing works, nothing comes together, and it's been infuriating? Have you had a week or two like that? So, maybe we'll talk to him about this a little later on in the show, but when I brought up the fact that I was going to stab someone because something didn't work properly, and I'd figured out who to blame for it, Funkhauser was like, don't worry. Don't worry, everything will be fine once Mercury gets out of retrograde. I was like, that's very interesting. You place stock in astrological stuff. If you'd said Mercury's in retrograde right around the beginning of the time that we started hanging out together, I would have gone like, I can't be friends with this person. But I actually place a certain amount of stock in it now that Funkhauser said it because, well, absolutely everybody I know has had similar complaints to me over the last couple of weeks. And a lot of people have been talking about Mercury being in retrograde. It's weird. I don't understand it. I don't really know. I don't get what it means or what it stands for. But apparently, that whole thing of nothing clicking, nothing working, nothing falling into a place can be blamed on something astrological. And a lot of people have chosen to do that. And while it's tempting for me to go, Mercury's in retrograde, the thing that does is it removes the force of your will from the equation. And if you're going through it now, for whatever reason, maybe Mercury is in retrograde, but if you are going through it, if you are going through whatever little form of hell you've got going on in your life or work, or maybe some large form of hell, maybe things are truly, truly awful and terrible. And maybe it is because Mercury's been in retrograde. I don't know. But no matter what it is you're going through now, rather than going, well, as soon as the moon comes up tonight, everything's going to be fine. I hope. I keep my fingers crossed. Embrace it. Embrace that pain. Embrace that suffering. It's making you a bigger, better, more capable, more experienced person. It's forging your personal steel in the fire of difficulty, of failure, of whatever you want to call it. And it can only add to who you are. It's a good thing. Pain when you're going through it. Pain when you are going through it will lead to greater things. And we talk about this all the time. If you're going into battle, if you're the military version of a rookie, if you're off on your first tour of some hostile country, who do you want watching your ass? Do you want someone that's never done this before? Or someone who's got the scars and battle wounds and has been knocked down a million times in a million different conflicts? You want that person watching your ass. You want someone whose success is that they were forged in the fires of failure. Muhammad Ali said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Money making, skills on the mic, keep me paid every day, and for part of the battle, just bow down, better act like you know. Whoa, come on, down to the crown, down, and everybody bow down, and everybody bow down, everybody bow down, so the MC's with the eye with the crown, down, and everybody bow
day. And any sucker standing in the way is gonna pay. So you can't pay or get the hell up out my face. Humiliating every other runner in the race. Cause I'm just running and hunting just like a lion. Competition is slower and you're the dying. You gotta be better than that. You know you better believe that you will never be credible. Never ever be better than me. Bow down to the crown. Down. Everybody bow down. Everybody bow down. Down. Everybody bow down. The MC's with the eye with the crown. Down. Everybody bow down. Everybody bow down. Down. Everybody bow down. The MC's with the eye with the crown. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's that sound? I'm coming so loud from your radio dial. ADV, get it down when you're rocking the jams. Here I am, going back once again. I'm ruling all city like the king I am.
So, apparently we're giving out Purple Hearts now for something that's been deemed workplace violence. Go figure. How does that work out? Well, it has something to do with the Fort Hood shootings, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. Right now, though, let's take a look at the events of today in our segment, My Witness News, in no way, shape, or form fair. Certainly not balanced. Funkhauser, how are you? Do you have this, fill me in a little bit.
Yeah.
Mercury in retrograde.
Yes.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly?
I don't know. My girlfriend knows more about it, but it's like when you look up at the sky, Mercury and Mars, I guess, look like they're moving backwards opposed to all the other stars. So that means in astrology that, like, technology is supposed to be all broken up and nothing works right, and you're not supposed to make any decisions while, like, big life decisions while this thing is happening, and that's basically it, I think.
Huh. So, all right, if, interesting. What can we blame on this? Like if things go wrong, what can we blame on Mercury being in retrograde? How does it let us skate? You know, sort of like, well, I'd love to have that report to you by Friday afternoon, but turns out Mercury's in retrograde, so that's not going to happen.
Well,
give that one a go.
You can always go like, I don't know what's going on this week, but all my computers aren't working right, and I'm not getting some of my email. It's just all my technology is really breaking this week. I don't know what it is. And chances are the boss will go, you know what? Me too. What a strange occurrence.
You know, I've had that. Like, my credit card got stolen. I've never had any kind of anything like that. Like, I get a call from my credit card company the other day, and they were like, did you purchase concert tickets to a show in Tijuana? I was like, no. No, I didn't.
What concert?
No, I didn't. I can't. They didn't know, but they had the name of the website, which was some sort of like Mexican version of Ticketmaster or something like that. And it wasn't even that big a purchase. It was like $26. I was like, they're like, did you buy something off this website? I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, you know how sometimes when you buy stuff off of Amazon, it comes from a third party, and you wind up paying them, not Amazon, and so you get some weird stuff on your credit card. And I was like, did I get anything off? No, and I was like, and they're like, not this website. I was like, I don't know. What does this website sell? And I went to it, and it was like selling concert tickets for events in Mexico. And I was like, no, definitely not me. But at the same time, like, everything techie went wrong. Like, I got my credit card information stolen. I got a call earlier in the week where they're like, hey, we're going to foreclose your apartment. I was like, what? I pay my mortgage, it's auto paid every single week, as a matter of fact. And they're like, yeah, no, it's not the mortgage. It's your homeowners association fees. And I was like, well, I auto pay that too. And they're like, well, it's been charging you 99 cents. And that means you're way, way behind. I was like, well, I didn't tell it to charge me 99 cents. Like, my HOA fee looks, how sometimes you could be like, oh, maybe I put the decimal in the wrong place. Was it $99 a month or $999 a month? And I just got it wrong. No, like, my homeowners association fees look nothing like 99 cents. So why the hell it was charging me that, I don't know. But if they hadn't caught up with me beforehand and told me about it, I would have had my home foreclosed on and never known. But it's been all this kind of like weird technical thing.
It's the
stuff
glitch.
like that not working. It's the glitch. It really has been. And like this computer I'm logged into right now, it took about 15 minutes for it to log in. It seemed like there was a spinning wheel forever, and now it is logged in. It's going super slow. And I am 100% somebody who is guilty of abusing tabs. I'll have like 50 tabs open at once because I can't commit enough to close anything. And so like that'll slow your computer down. But I've got like 4 tabs open, and it's taking freaking forever to get anything done today. And you're saying we can blame that on the fact that Mercury's in retrograde?
Yes. I would.
Huh.
I do.
Okay. All right.
It's the glitch.
It is the glitch. What about personal things? Like, non-mechanical, non-technical related
I don't
things?
think it relates to it.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So if you're just, angry and you verge back and forth between suicidal thoughts and wanting to punch strangers in the head in the street, that has nothing to do with Mercury in retrograde, and I have to handle that problem myself?
Yeah, I think so.
Stupid
You could look at
Mercury
your
in
birthday chart, though, and see if it's in relation to how much water you have in your body and the moon and all that crap.
Stupid Mercury in retrograde, not taking responsibility for anything I'd like it to take responsibility for. All right. Thank you for the enlightening chat on when is this Mercury in retrograde thing? Is it supposed to be over today? Is that going to be it? Can we go back to being normal?
That's it. Mercury's going back in the right direction, and we can all, go about our regular everyday lives.
What
And
about
computers will
physical-
work tomorrow.
What about physical wellness? Like you hear this hacking, coughing thing that I've got going on. I don't feel sick. I feel fine. I don't have a cold. I don't have anything. I just have this this collection of snot in the back of my throat that no matter how badly I try and get rid of it, it won't go anywhere. And as a broadcaster that relies on his voice, it's really beginning to get me the hell down. I haven't been able to shake it. Can I blame that on Mercury being in retrograde?
Well, I would. I would
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
You ever had it where you wake up in the morning and you actually gag like you're going to throw up because
I've had
you've
it
got
all
a
week.
collection of
I've had it all week. I
So
think
you
it
too
might
have
be
been gagging on
because
snot.
Yeah, maybe because it's getting warmer, or there's the Santa Ana winds are on the West Coast right now, which makes everything out of whack.
Stupid Santa Ana winds.
But yeah, let's just blame the glitch.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. What's going on in the world besides the glitch?
Well, in response to Kanye, he's here. Kanye, you want to say something? No? Oh, there he goes. Kanye was here, but now he's gone. In response to Kanye West's Grammy rant, a lot of people are pointing out that it took 68 people to make Beyonce's album, while Beck's album was written and produced by one guy. Beck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Beck and Brian Williams, of course, but still. Yeah. We shouldn't let that take anything away from old Beck Hansen. That's his real last name, Hansen, which is so funny because back in the day, he looked like he could have been in Hansen. Beck might be the poster child for the next generation of Scientology. He's been a Scientologist his entire life. Like,
Really?
his
Aw, don't bum me out by telling me that.
His mom and dad were Scientologists. He was born into it, and he's never been super vocal about it. He's defended it a couple times when people ask him in interviews, like, so you do that weird thing, right? And he's like, and he's he's been defensive of it, but he's never been the poster child for Scientology. But what with Tom Cruise's movies flopping left, right, and center, and what with John Travolta